Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I am on my summer internship. It's not summer internship, it's more like monsoon internship. But as I told you in one of my previous video, that our target is to make our internships productive and not monotonous. So how we can make our internships productive is the topic of today's video. So let's begin, and we'll be discussing on this particular diary. It's my very favorite diaries, honestly. And since it's been few days, I'm actually practicing this diary. So I'll give you very honest reviews. What things you should do, what you should not do, what you think should include, what you should not. So let's begin with a proper note. Coming up, we have first page, that's progress diary, on which I have written, one who knows oneself's mistake can never lose. And that's so true. I mean, I have made so many mistakes in my first year, and that's the reason I can tell you very well that what things you should do and what you should not do, because I have experienced it. And that's the process of learning, right? So that was my first quote. And next, I've just written all the, things that you have to, like all the subjects that you have to include, because mine is more of academic basis. You can make it on different goals as well, and you can write those things. Like for exercise, if you want to write that, your 50 kg, your ideal weight, you can write those. And then, you can just draw this bar so you can know how closer you are to your targets. I have written my subjects, okay? Coming up, we have day 1 and day 2. So now what I have all written over here, I will just add a screenshot also to say like what things, not screenshot, sorry, picture of it. So yeah, it's very windy day. So on day 1, things I have written is all this, since it's academic, and this channel is all about academics. So we will be starting with all the subjects and all the books that I have to read. So in the first day, I have written all the subjects like global politics, international security studies, people, states and fear, evolution of ISS, constitution, contract, jurisprudence, concept of law, every possible books. Here's a list of books that I want to finish reading in my summer internship. Now you'll say how that's practically possible. Well, it is. What I did exactly was, I just seen the book, I ordered the books pre-handed, I checked the number of pages in it, total number of pages, I divided it with number of days. Now in my college we have 90 days of summer internship. This year they changed it, and now I have 2 months and 18 days of internship break. Sad, I know, but still fine. So yeah, the days are reduced a bit, but that's okay. So yeah, what I did previously when I made this, there were 90 days. So I divided it into 2 semesters, so 45 days each semester. Now those 45 days I divided with that total number of pages. So basically the book's total number of pages is 1000 pages. I divided with 45 days. So maybe I have to read like approx something. Let's say I have to read 20 pages every day. And my maths is not mathing it right now, but just ignore that fact. Now let's say for global politics, I have to read 15 pages daily. For international security studies, I have to read 10 pages daily. If the number is not a whole number, you can just round up. That's all up to you. Next, after knowing the number of pages, on day 1, that's the target. You just finish this number of pages. Maybe you can finish notes also of those particular book. For notes also, I will soon make a video how to make notes. Then after that, I added barracks. Now for barracks, all the sections, all the articles are divided with the 45. So let's say for constitution, it's 10 articles every day. Okay, then for contract, it's 8 sections every day. Okay, then after barracks and everything, I added newspaper, caselet, and rote learning. Now what are these 3 things? So newspaper, I'll make separate video. For caselet Caselet, I have discussed this earlier a bit. This time I'll discuss it more in my upcoming video. For right now, I'll just tell you. Caselet in general means all the important case laws, studying it in depth, like maybe in 5 lakh or anything similar, and then writing it down. So that's the basic concept of it. And lastly, in rote learning. So for rote learning, it's like, you just read like this things are there, out of which like since you have completed your first year, this video is mainly for those who have completed their first year. If not, if you are aware, then you can do it even if you are not joining your first year. But yeah, this video is for like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th year students. So you know very well, we know very well that what things you have to actually write in your paper, like case names. There are some very important case laws, and now I guess all of us, most of us, okay, will be aware that how to find the important case laws, how to find the landmark judgments, and how to remember their names. Use any technique, just remember their names. What methods I use for my rote learning, we will discuss in our future videos. Okay, now after that, notes, as I discussed, that's very important. Now, along with all of this, your mental health, physical health is also important. So for that, I added basic targets like, just drinking this amount of water, doing yoga, this particular, let's just say, doing 10 Surya Namaskars, something like that I have added. Then, some new skills you should learn. So for me, my new skill for this internship break is vocabulary, improving my vocabulary. So for that, I have added learning daily new one word from C2 level. So yeah, that's my targets. Now apart from that, for your hobbies and your mental health, I have added painting because that's what I love doing. And apart from that, I've added you guys, YouTube, like making this particular video, maybe on this particular topic, or maybe it's just a YT video, topic unknown, maybe whatever I want to shoot on that particular day. So these are things I have added. Apart from that, there are some simple targets like, what time I want to wake up, like my ideal time is 4 a.m. Okay, reading a novel, okay. Then some XYZ things that I think are important. Now, after all of this, I guess one of the most important thing is revision. So I have designed a very proper revision cycle. Now, what is revision cycle? Very good question. Because I would say you, how much also you learn, but if you don't revise, you are doing nothing. So what is revision cycle, how it works? So let's say you decided that you want to do this thing on day 1. Okay, let's say you read 30 pages on day 1. Okay, now on day 2 you should revise your day 1. Okay, now after 1 week you have to revise everything that you did in 1 week. So for suppose you did something on day 1, you have to revise that day 1 on day 8 also. So we'll revise your day 1 on day 2 as well as day 8. Apart from that, monthly cycle is also there. So after 30 days also you will revise the same thing. So basically you revise it on day 2, day 18 and day 31. What? Day 1 you will revise. I hope you understand this. You will revise your day 1 on day 2, day 8 and day 31. Daily, weekly and monthly. Apart from this, you can also add bi-monthly, fortnightly, whatever you feel that this is your thing which you forget, like I don't know what's the exact word, I'm not remembering right now, but there is your forget cycle kind of thing. So after how many days you forget one particular thing. So if you know that, then best of luck, because you can use it as, sorry, not best of luck, good luck. Sorry, today I have a massive slip of tongue. So yeah, good luck. How much thing you forget, when you should revise it, how you should revise it. Okay, so yeah, that's how I worked on it. Similarly, for day 2 you will revise it on day 9 and day 32, also your date. So simultaneously goes on, and yeah, that's my revision cycle. For newspaper also I have made such a revision cycle. but this will not be part of this particular video. But yeah, now this was my internship diary, and now I'm closing it because this is my 1 semester idea I gave. Similarly, I make for next semester also. So yeah, but now most important topic apart from my worry book, it's why you should do it. This question, why I'm answering at last, because if you saw this video till here, I'm assuming that you are quite passionate to utilize your summer internships and you're on a good track. I want to just thank you, and I want to show that yes, you are taking good decisions in your life. Usually internship break students will waste it on going for trips or going to some random places. They'll usually just waste it, and then they will regret at the end of the year. I don't want you to do that. I myself don't want myself to do this. So that's the reason I thought that we should utilize our summer internship, and that's why I created this diary. Reality check, things go up and down. The why is always big, like it could be anything. For me, it's maybe my academic comeback. It's maybe achieving those grades and those marks that I always flaunt with everyone, to get those back. It could be any XYZ reason, but is it possible in real life? So the answer is yes, it happens. It happens, maybe not 100%. Like I have written 30 goals maybe, though I'm not. I just written 10 or 15 goals. But yeah, even if I've written 30 or 100 goals, even maybe 5% of it would be true. Maybe I'm not reading every book every day, but I'm at least reading some book every day. Maybe I'm not reading newspaper every day, but at least I'm reading headlines every day. Maybe I'm not making notes of every subject every day, but at least I'm making some notes every day. Maybe I'm not excelling on my to-do list. Even if you see right now, just 4 to 5 tasks I have actually ticked it. That's fine. That's completely fine. That's normal. You are a human. You tend to make mistakes. You tend to lag. You don't have that consistency every day. But showing up for yourself every day is much more hopeful. And one day, at least, just give yourself a big chocolate. If you just one day, you can achieve all the goals that you have written in it. Just give you a big treat for that. So, yeah, I know practically when you go at home, you just don't have yourself, when you're in hostel or maybe when you are, alone, you can focus. But when you are in your hometown, there are your friends, your family who wait for you, who wants you to be with them. And in that kind of situation, it's quite difficult, to be consistent every day, to follow all your goals. There are a lot of different things that you want to do. You want to help your, parents in their household chores. You want to, go out with your friends, enjoy. And this diary is not to stop you from doing any of this. It's just you to remind that you have something else also to do. And that's the main reason why you should make it, why you should write it. It's commitments to you that at least if I'm not the best, I'm at least showing up for myself. And that, attitude of showing for yourself, that act, it's very, important. It just feels so good, when you just see that you're taking at least something. It gives you a very internal peace. I don't know why I'm using the word very so many times, but I just don't have any other word to express right now. That jubilance you feel, that's amazing. And for that, you should definitely try this. You can't follow everything religiously, but then you can at least try following it, right? So for that, just give it a try, write. Maybe it might not be best. It might be something you would look forward to doing always. It might be something that could give you an internal peace. It might be something that makes you smile at the end of the day. It might be something that makes you remember who you are and what you are actually aiming for. So it's just a reminder, nothing more than that. It's just a self-commitment, which is not 100%. It's just a matter of showing up. And that's all I want to say. And I guess I have, maybe not expressly told you about why, but then I have shown you a path. You can, after this, reflect yourself, think, ponder, and then see if you can actually, do it. And if you do, I'm really happy for you, because you have taken a best decision of your life. And this diary, I will keep it. You should also, make your 5 diaries at least. You should do it. I encourage you seriously. So yeah, that was all. And I'm also enjoying my summer internships. You too, and good luck. Bye bye.